Here we go, here we go. It's about time that we set it off. What's going on, beautiful people? I am the Grandmaster, but I also go by D-Ray, and I am your coach of the San Diego Snugglers, and this is going to be an epic Week 3 bout against MattOshea and his Montreal Milotic. Today we're going to go to the team builder, explaining what we're going to bring, why we're going to bring it, so you guys are prepared and ready with me for the game tomorrow. If you're new here, do me a massive favor and hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications, hit the bell button so you guys get notified every single time I post a new video. And while you're at it, if you want to support your San Diego Snugglers this season, make sure you shadow claw that thumbs up button. Disclaimer, I know I look kind of blue. I don't know if it's my shirt, I don't know if it's the layout. I got a white light on me, but the background's yellow. I don't know. I look blue. We're gonna roll with it. Maybe I can adjust the light. Whatever. Anyway, like I said, this is an epic Week 3 bout. We came off a big win last week against my man JB. We want to build on that. So, but it's gonna be no small task because Matt is a really good player. He's a good competitor, and he's out of the box thinker just like I am. So it's gonna be a tough one this week, but I think we can do it. I think we have the team to do it. His team is gonna be displayed right below Mimikyu. So he's got a Jirachi, very good Psychic Steel type Pokemon, very versatile. Mythical Pokemon can be literally run anything: rocks, support, offensive, defensive, physically offensive, specially offensive. You never know what Jirachi is gonna bring. We've got Terrakion, a very hard-hitting physical attacker. It's a good wall breaker, pretty fast at base 108 speed. It is one of the Swords of Justice, fighting and rock type Pokemon. Hits really hard with close combats and stone edges. Does get priority and quick attack, etc. He's brought it every game this week, every game this year so far. So I do think he's gonna bring that. He's got Haxorus. Haxorus is a really strong dragon type Pokemon. My favorite dragon type Pokemon, right tied with Dragonite. Very good offensive wall breaker. Now that I got first impression, it's got a very threatening priority move. It's a good dragon dancer, but this is here to this is here to poke holes in his opponent's teams. So I do think he brings that as well. He's got a Vikavolt. Vikavolt is something that we do have to keep in mind because it's a very big threat to Sandaconda, in my opinion, with some really good coverage options with Energy Ball, for example, Bug Buzz, Thunderbolts. This thing's got a massive special attack stat, very threatening agility sweeper, and it gets Sticky Webs. So Sticky Webs is, I think he does bring Sticky Webs against us, which is why I think he's gonna bring it. He's got a Braviary, normal flying type Pokemon, very hard hitting physical Pokemon. Does get access to close combat this generation. This could be his Defogger. His pivot option gets Sheer Force, gets Defiant. So he's got Webs plus the Defiant Mon. I think those two come. His G-Max Pokemon is G-Max All Creamy. Very good fairy type Pokemon in my opinion. Its G-Max move does increase or heal himself up by a little bit every single time he uses it, so the longevity of this Pokemon is very secure as long as he keeps using that. I think it's G-Max Finale. He's got a Blastoise. I don't think he brings it this week, but he has a very good it's got a Blastoise. It's very physically defensive water type Pokemon, but it could be especially defensive. But very good Pokemon. Does have access to Shell Smash this gen, so very good offensive threat. Its sheer bulk allows it to get a Shell Smash off pretty freely every single time. Don't think he brings it this week though. He's got a Persian, and a Alolan Persian, just like we do. Alolan Persian is a very fast dark type Pokemon. With fur coat, it's very bulky on the physically defensive side. Very good support Pokemon. Pure Dark. Don't think he brings it though. He's got a Roselia, grass poison type Pokemon, pretty good. Awesome Spike and Toxic Spike Setter, very bulky with the Eviolite. Don't think he brings it. Wobbuffet, very annoying Shadow Tag. It is allowed tier 5. Actually, Wobbuffet's a hit and miss, right? Forces Prep. I don't have Shed Shell on any of my Mons this week because I do think that we can handle it, and also because I don't believe he's gonna bring it. I think he's only gonna have it on his team for us to force us to run Shed Shell on our prep. But I don't think he brings Wobbuffet. I'd be surprised if he does. And he's got Golurk. Ghost, ground type Pokemon, very bulky, very hard hitting. So very strong shadow punches, earthquakes. I believe he gets access to Stealth Rock, but I don't think he brings Gold Lurker as well. The 6 Pokemon on the left are the Pokemon I think he's going to bring. Jirachi, Terrakion, Haxorus, Vikavolt, Braviary, and Alcremie. And he leaves behind the 5 that are on the right. So what did we decide to bring? First up, we have Air Force Uno, the Dragapult. Let me see, let me actually fix this real quick, guys. Monitor and output, okay, cool. There and there, okay. So we have Dragapult here. Dragapult's a very good Pokemon this week. The EVs we're running is, sorry, I'm totally all over the place. I'm gonna cut it. Why can't we hear anything? There we go. Alright. Got it fixed. Alrighty, so with that being said, those are the mons that I think he's going to bring. The mons that he has on the far left are the mons I believe he brings. The ones that he has on the far right, I don't think he does bring. But what is it that we decided to bring? The first mon on the squad this week is going to be Air Force Uno. We have our Dragapult. Dragapult is running the Clear Body ability this week. Clear Body is there to ensure that we don't reduce our speed because of sticky webs. We're also running this thing with the Life Orb this week. The EV spread is going to be 252 in special attack, 84 in speed def, 172 in speed, running the Modest Nature with Shadow Ball, Draco Meteor, Thunderbolt, and U-Turn. Thunderbolt is there in case he does indeed decide to bring the Blastoise, which is like a hit and miss whether or not he brings it. If he brings Blastoise, I don't think he brings Haxorus, but we'll see, We're bringing Thunderbolt just in case. We've got Draco Meteor there for Haxorus and as well for Stab, hits his entire team. Shadow Ball is there for Jirachi in case that wants to switch in, but Jirachi is there hit really hard. And if it has a Kasib Berry, it is what it is, but Shadow Ball is there to hit the entire team. If he decides to switch in Braviary, then we can hit it with a Thunderbolt, etc, etc, etc. U-Turn is there for Pivot. We don't want to pivot too much because Life Orb Chip is something we want to keep in mind. But Air Force Uno is going to be there to poke holes and to clean up late game, hopefully. Next one on the squad we have is El Guapo. El Guapo is coming back for an encore performance after his debut. We have Scald, Toxic, Recover, and Refresh. The idea behind this is to be able to scald everything and burn it. Toxic is there in case he does decide to bring the Blastoise. Also, if the Alcremie wants to set up on us, we can Toxic it. If he wants to Toxic us in return, we have Refresh for our longevity. We have Recover to keep us going. And we're also running this thing with Competitive. With the mind, if we can't get off sticky webs, or at least let's get a +2 special attack boost. Whenever any one of my stats are lowered by my opponent, my special attack goes up by 2. That's what competitive does. The EV spreads that we're running with El Guapo this week is 248 in HP, 140 in defense, 120 in speed def with the Calm Nature, and we're running it with leftovers to make sure this thing sticks around for a very long time. This thing is very good against this team, barring Vikavolt. We have to make sure we maneuver around that thing as well as we possibly can. Next mon that we have is Arya, aka Togekiss. Arya is running leftovers this week with the Serene Grace ability, classic. 248 in HP, 16 in defense, 244 in speed with the Timid Nature, with Air Slash to flinch things up. Thunder Wave is going to be to para his entire team if I can't get off a burn, and also so I can para flinch things to death and do what Togekiss does best. Roost is for longevity, and Wish is for the longevity of the rest of the team, especially the rest of the Pokemon that we decided to bring. So very important, very supportive Pokemon, very supportive set this week. The next mon that we have making its debut is Time Stone the Virizion. Time Stone is running Sacred Sword, Leaf Blade, Stone Edge, and Swords Dance. The EVs that we're running this week is 220 in attack, 36 in defense, 252 in speed, running the Jolly Nature. We have enough attack to knock out Terrakion from full, no bulk invested, with a Sacred Sword. We're using this also as a bulky pivot, specifically for Volt Switches with Vikavolt, and also to be able to come in on any water type moves that maybe Blastoise wants to go after. But this is here mostly to hit things pretty hard and find that opportunity. If he does decide to bring the Persian, the Justified boost will be phenomenal for Virizion. It is running Life Orb this week for some extra power, and the Justified ability, like I said. So it's making its debut this week. Shout out to the Avengers. We've got the Wiz with us this week. So the next mon that we're bringing is MattOshea, aka Excadrill with the Mold Breaker ability. We've got 60 in HP, 252 in attack, 196 in speed, running the Jolly Nature. It is running Leftovers this week, a little bit of a bulkier set because we do have Substitute, Rapid Sprint, Earthquake, and Iron Head. And we are running this with the Mold Breaker ability, like I said before. So Earthquake is there to be able to hit Vikavolt. If it decides to switch in with Braviary, we're able to hit it with an Iron Head. We want to watch out for close combats, but if that's the case, we want to try to get up a Substitute, maybe a Rapid Spin to get a +1 attack boost, and that way we can take on the Terrakion a little bit better, so we can take on the Jirachi a little bit better. But this is going to be very, very important. We're running Leftovers because we have sub. We want to sub up on as many things as we possibly can. Iron Head hits Alcremie super effectively. Sorry if I'm slurring my words a little bit, guys. It's been a long day. This self-quarantine stuff is really getting to me. Gotta get out, socialize. Anyway, last mon on the team that we have is Kaale, making its return. Kaale, the Gigantamax Sandaconda. Kaale is here running Earthquake, Stone Edge, Stealth Rock, and Rest. We're running this thing with 252 in HP, 140 in defense, 108 in speed, running the Impish Nature. It's been candied, so don't worry about that. It's been candied, so it isn't actually modest. Shout out to OG Albina for genning this thing for me. Running Shed Skin because we are running Earthquake, Stone Edge, Stealth Rock, and Rest. Rest is there for longevity. Shed Skin gives us a 33% chance to remove our self-inflicted rest sleep, so that way we can keep this around for as long as we possibly can. Set up rocks. Stone Edge is there for Vikavolt. I have outsped. The speeds EVs is to outspeed a Jolly, max speed Vikavolt by 1 point. So we can hit it with the Stone Edge or a G-Max Rockfall and knock it out completely. So that's the idea behind that. We want to keep this around for as long as humanly possible. The EVs in defense is to be able to take on the Terrakion and all of his other physical attacking threats. So very, very important Pokemon this week. Running the Master Ball because of the rules of the league, we do have to run a Pokeball non-competitive item. So this is going to be the team this week, guys. I will gather myself because I've noticed that I'm slurring my words a little bit. Sorry. Yeah, we're about to play the game. So this will be out tomorrow. We're about to play now, but you'll see this tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for watching the team builder. If you guys are excited for it, please make sure, again, hit the thumbs up button if you want to support your San Diego Snugglers this season. I'm going to get the heck up out of here, guys. Have a great rest of your night. And above all else, be nice. Peace.